everyone, and welcome to this special vlog showcasing a little bit of the behind the scenes at Lush. Now, a lot of you already know by now that I love Lush, but if you are new around here, hi, I'm Brogan. I make home, lifestyle and travel vlogs, and 10 years ago I worked at Lush head office. I originally started in the customer care department, looking after replies to people on emails and social media, and then I moved on to work in the spa team where I was an administrator and I supported the therapists and trainers that focused on the Lush Spa treatments. I don't think that department exists anymore, but I did work above the factories a couple of times. I moved around a few times just because that's where the offices were, but Lush is actually right on my doorstep. I live in Bournemouth and they have their factory and their original store and their head office all down here in Poole, so it's like 20-minute drive, and I used to go there for work so long ago, and now I've been invited back by the Lush Manufacturing team to spend the day with them. Christmas is in full swing, so they've invited me to come and meet the people that hand make the bath bombs, do some of our own, see the gifts department, and then wrapping up all the products, and then finishing with a lovely lunch. They've also booked me in for a facial, Lush validation facial, at the original Poole shop. They have a spa there too, but that's tomorrow, so I'm going to take you to that too because I want to talk about that because I haven't had a spa treatment in so long, and obviously I used to be part of that team. So without further ado, let's go down to Lush. I'm going to show you what's going on down there, how they're prepping for Christmas, and just give you some insights and behind the scenes. I'm going to leave a link to Lush below if you want to get any Christmas gifts. I've not been asked to make this video or share it or film it, but I just thought it'd be so cool and I thought you'd enjoy it. So let's go to Lush head office. The first thing to note is that Lush have so many factories and individual buildings, and each one produces different items, obviously, because it's not just the bath bombs and the bubble bars as we know it, although that is where we're going first. I believe they call it bubbles, which is very apt, isn't it? So each one has different ones, and I remember I went in one that sold the toothy tabs. I don't even know if they still sell those. They had a whole factory that I remember looking at that just sold those, and obviously like shower gels and creams, and where they make the fresh face masks. It's very cool, but it's also ginormous. So where they've told me to park and where I'm meeting them is like a 25-minute walk. 23 minutes it says on my map. So let's take a walk and go figure it out. Okay, so our first factory we went to was actually Bubbles. They have 7 factories, but in Bubbles they have 670 staff, but they go up to around 1,500 at Christmas time. Their top product of the year was Sleepy. They made 260,000 Sleepy bubble bars last year, which is 55,000 kilograms. Snow Fairy Roll, which is a bubble bar, was their top product for Christmas last year, and this was so cool to see it all in production. They don't just make bubble bars here, they make shampoo bars as well, which they showed us, and they have henna on the other side. I loved seeing it all in production, but of course we got to actually give it a go. So we met this lovely lady who had been working there for 23 years. She was so sweet, and then we saw Snow Fairy Roll actually being made. So you can see them literally rolling it out, stamping it down, flattening it, and then there were people that were cutting it up and weighing it, and they were doing it so quick and accurate. It was amazing. And then they gave us the chance to do it ourselves.
Welcome to Bubbles. We're going to make a bit of Sleepy today.
So this is Sleepy, which is another bubble bar. I love the bubble bars. The Comforter is my favorite, but this one smells incredible as well. So we basically put them in the molds and they let us keep them and take them home with us, which was very generous. I really enjoyed this first factory, and then we jumped on their internal bus that's for Lush staff to get to our next stop, which is where gifts and digital fulfillment is. Okay, so we've just arrived at the next section, which is where gifts and digital fulfillment is. And they said they've had 7,000 orders over the weekend that they're fulfilling, which is insane. Welcome to gifts. This was really cool seeing the orders that people place online going along the conveyor belt, but we got to meet some of the team that worked there. They started off showing us their advent calendar. They've got a few, I think there's 2 different advent calendars, but this one looked so pretty, and they were putting the stickers on the boxes and putting the products inside. So here is a selection of what that looked like, and there were so many good ones for Christmas. They had reindeer, they had Catch Me If You Can, the candy cane, and they hand paint the little red noses on those reindeers, which is so cute. They also had Bouncing Santa, which is a shower jelly, and this is Penguin, which, can we just take a minute? This is so cute. And then they showed us how they wrap the gifts. So this is where they have their Gift Wrap 3000 machine. As you can probably tell, it wraps some of the gift boxes, which was really, really satisfying. I loved seeing it go along. And then there were people that were hand sticking on the stickers and hand wrapping some of the ribbons and putting the labels on. They were all so friendly and lovely, and they gave us the chance to try and wrap a box of good karma. So here is me giving it a go. I really enjoyed this. Seeing my gift go through the conveyor belt was so cool. But what was interesting is that this is made out of different paper and it's too delicate to go through the Gift Wrap 3000. So they talked about this and talked about the ribbon.
And then these are the recycled bottle ribbons. So these are made from the recycled bottles, which was very nice.
And because we were so intrigued, they basically asked if we wanted to wrap one ourselves. So here is me hand gift wrapping one of the good karma gifts, and this was very satisfying again.
Finished! Yay!
This next section is how they make their eco-flow, which is some of their packaging.
We're putting them in the gifts to secure the products. They're not getting destroyed when they are being transit to the shop.
The compostable packaging nuggets are made out of potato starch. They make the eco-flow completely themselves, which has eliminated their carbon footprint and travel and allows them to have it whenever they need it. And they do this 24 hours a day in-house in the gifts department. So as you would have seen, we started at Bubbles and they recently moved their department. So it's a really amazing space, huge. Loved going around Bubbles. Then we went to gifts and digital fulfillment. And now we're like halfway through the tour and we've arrived at ballistics. So this smells incredible from here. I wish you could smell it. We're taking a quick break and then we're going to carry on, but so far it's been amazing to not only see the production line, it's been a long time since I've actually been in the factories myself, but also the people. I think it's a credit to the company when you hear people have worked for them for 12 years, 23 years, 6 years, or they started as a temp at Christmas and then they stayed. They have a really good energy and they're all just very smiley and happy. So that's been so nice to sort of see some of the Lush people again. I feel like Lush is a real family community and has such a cult fan base of people that absolutely love the products, but the people at the core of it that are hand making these products, seeing them from the start to the shops is really quite special. So yeah, I'm excited. Let's go on in and do the next section. Next is ballistics, and they made 13 million bath bombs here last year and have 430 people currently working there. This was so cool. Look at all the different stations, all those massive pots with actual bath bomb product in them. But they took us upstairs to the compounding area where we watched them produce the actual product. So this guy was putting it all in this big machine and checking every last bit on the blades, and then he checked it with his hands and he said he could see cracks, so it wasn't quite ready. Put it back in, turned it again. I was so intrigued watching it all come together. I've been here before but never seen this area, so this was cool. And then they also showed us how they transport some from upstairs to downstairs. They have loads of fridges with fresh stuff in, and then of course we got to watch some of the staff actually make some of the bath bombs, and this one is one that has several colours, so it was a bit of a teamwork. But then they asked if we'd like to make Lord of Misrule, which is one of my all-time favourite bath bombs. In fact, it is my favourite. This was way harder than it looks. You have to pile up the actual product, and because this one has a mixture of pink and green, we had a top and a bottom lid and we blended them, and then you have to push them quite hard together. I watched the professionals, the actual staff, do it, and he piles it up quite high, then pushes the mould down and twists. I was not very good, but they did let me bring some home. I also saw Twilight, which again is one of my favourites, so that was fun. And then they took us over to this other area where they spray some of the bath bombs, so any that are decorated with special sprays, or one of their Christmas ones is a little snowman that has eyes, and they use a little mould where they spray on it. And for Catch Me If You Can, they had two people here. One person was dipping it in cocoa butter and the other was dipping it in the glitter, and that's their little production line, which I thought was so interesting. And then the last area was just where they're gift wrapping and packing it up, so this is where they put it in the boxes ready to send to the stores. And that was the final area of ballistics. Really enjoyed it. We got back on the bus and went over to our last stop. This next area is called Fresh, which is literally where they make fresh face masks and creams and things like that. Fresh was such a lovely area. They have 20 staff here, so one of their smaller departments, but they start early at like 5-6 a.m. so they can use the freshest products possible and make 135 tons of products each year, including 81,000 cucumber iPads.
Now in our fridge we have a variety of different ingredients, from lemons to blueberries to wheatgrass to garlic, from a variety of different suppliers. And yeah, it's the same food that we put in our canteens. So as much as it is what we're putting into our bodies, it's what we're putting into our product.
So obviously very fresh, and this department worked really hard. They talked to us a little bit about how they product test as well, and then we met Michael, who was so lovely.
Been with Lush for 8 years. Before that I spent 35 years as a baker.
Wow.
So, and believe it or not, this department is like making creams and bavoirs and things like this for filling. So very much at home. Yeah. So what they basically want me to do today is just give you a little run through of what we do. So this is a very basic formula. This is a catastrophe. It's a face mask. This one especially if you've got slightly delicate skin or you've been out in the sun a bit too long or anything like that, perfect. I use it.
Michael then showed us all the fresh ingredients, including the seaweed and the blueberries that were picked in Wimborne, and then he mixes it all together, and we actually got the chance to take some of this home as well. It smelled incredible, and we had an amazing goodie bag on our tables for lunch. Lots of lovely vegan and vegetarian sandwiches. It was delicious. So we've just finished lunch and we're back where we started. This is Lush Green Hub. So I'm going to say goodbye to the teams, and then I'm going to go home, show you what's in my ginormous goodie bag, and then we'll carry on filming tomorrow because I'm having a validation facial at the Lush Spa in Poole. But it's been amazing, how magic and special to be able to see all of the ways that they make the bath bombs, the bubble bars, the fresh products, the gifts and wrapping, the whole production line. Really, it's been really, really cool. So massive thank you to the Lush teams for having us. I've made some new friends today. My friend Alice is here too, who I've known for years, and it's just been really, really great. I've really enjoyed it. I'm obviously back home, and I wanted to show you what was in the goodie bag today because there is so much stuff in here. It smells incredible. I want to put it all away. So first of all, they gave us a gorgeous tote bag. I get given lots of tote bags, but this one is such high quality. The handles are really thick and it just feels so nice. I know I'm going to get a lot of use and wear out of this, so love the bag. But inside we got these smaller bags. These are the products we actually made, so I'll show you those. They also gave us this adorable basket full of things too, so we'll go through both. I was so excited that we made Lord of Misrule. I love this. This is one of my favourite bath bombs. I actually literally just bought like 3 or 4 of them in the Waterloo store on my way home about a month ago, and I finished my last one recently, so I was very happy about this. But I think it should be set now. So they gave it to us in the moulds, which we can recycle, but to be honest, if I'm passing tomorrow, I may just drop them back in so they can obviously reuse these. It smells divine. I think I'm gonna have to have a bath this evening with one of these. We also got the Sleepy bubble bars that we made, which look like this. So they take a few hours to set. Look at that. It smells insanely nice. Oh, I love a bubble bar because you can break them up and they last ages, and you crumble them under running water and it produces lots of lovely bubbles. We watched Michael make us, he was so sweet. His face is actually on the pot, which is amazing. We watched him make Catastrophe Cosmetic, which is one of their fresh face masks with blueberries. That is insanely nice. Look at that. So fresh, like literally just from the factory, but you can obviously buy it in stores like this. They also gave us these, which I've never tried before. They're called iPads, which immediately when I think of iPad, I think of like an Apple product. There aren't many Lush products I've not tried before, but these are definitely new to me. We've got the rose tinted spectacles, we've got the blueberry sleepy, Prue's starry, and these are cute because they're literally in the shapes of stars. So that was all the fresh stuff that we literally saw being made or we made ourselves. I was honestly so delighted with these goodies and so grateful. I was gonna buy some stuff in the store tomorrow anyway, so I was like, oh, perfect. But then when we went for lunch, we had these gorgeous little goodie bags. I'm not sure if they sell these baskets, but I think they might because there's a label on it. It was created in Kenya in collaboration with the Basket Room, a business bringing together women's basket weaving collectives and showcasing traditional weaving techniques. Oh, it says, by cherishing this basket, you are directly impacting the weavers' livelihoods and supporting them in becoming self-sufficient in their communities. That is so nice. In the back, there's a little Lush Times, which I didn't even know they still did Lush Times. Christmas 2023. So this is a little newspaper with, oh, there's loads of things in there. Oh, look, there's little interviews and info. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, it really is like a little magazine. Look at that. Oh, I love it. I'm gonna read this in the bath in a minute. That's so nice. Okay, cool, getting distracted. Oh, we saw this one being made. So this one is called Catch Me If You Can. That is adorable. We saw them dipping this in cocoa butter today and then dipping it in the glitter. It's got lime, orange, ginger, and cocoa butter. It's so fresh. This would be perfect for one in the morning when you wanna like really wake up. I love that. Next, oh, I know this one. This is Intergalactic, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Intergalactic. This one smells very lushy to me. Like, it kind of smells like the Lush shop in the best way possible. Oh, this is exciting. This I saw today, actually. This is called Snow Bear, and this is a bit of me. It says it's a marzipan scented cleansing cub. This gentle vanilla absolute and almond scented bear cub is full of moisturizing oat milk for a soft and creamy cleanse, perfect for comforting and nourishing little hands. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. I can't wait to wash my hands with that. We have a pair of Lush socks, Snow Fairy lip balm. I'm not a massive Snow Fairy person, to be honest, but Benji likes Snow Fairy. The iconic Snow Fairy shower gel. This is one of the best sellers. Oh my goodness, there's even a candle, the Snow Fairy candle. I've never had one of the Lush candles either. This is new to me. Escape on a sweet candy adventure with Snow Fairy. Benji's obsessed with candles too, so he'll enjoy that. Oh, Intergalactic shower gel. I've not had this before, but I love the bath bomb, so we can have them together, which is nice. Another lip scrub. This is gingerbread. I really need a lip scrub right now. You can see my lips are so sore. This smells so great. This doesn't smell hard of gingerbread. It smells more like baking, like a cake. This is nice. It's a soap dish. It's called the Kaleidoscope soap dish, and it's all handmade in the UK by the Granby Workshop in Liverpool using 76% recycled clay. How nice is that? I didn't even know they sold these. So we can put our little Snow Bear, whatever his name is, on that. Oh, guys, Let the Good Times Roll is one of my favourite Lush products at Christmas time, and I think I might have to buy some tomorrow. It's a really lovely face scrub that you can use on your body as well. They've gifted me the body spray. This does smell like popcorn. In fact, let's try and spray it. I love the little like packaging as well. That is incredible. One last thing is called Once Upon a Time body lotion. I have never smelt this or tried it. It's in one of their classic pots. Once Upon a Time. I don't think I'm... Oh wow, it's green. It's bright green. Whoa, what is that? This comforting apple creation is bursting with vitamin E found in jojoba oil, which creates a protective barrier over the skin, locking in that wonderful moisture. Oh yes, definitely appley. Oh wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much to the Lush team for all these incredible goodies. I desperately want to have a little bath tonight now, so I think I'm going to run a bath. So like I said, tomorrow I'm going to the Lush shop in Poole, which I'll take you to and show you as part of this vlog too. And in the morning I'm getting my nails done, so I'm having a proper pamper day. I'm actually going to the gym in the morning for a personal training session, and then my validation facial is at 1:45 in the afternoon. I have had the validation facial before, but it was a really, really long time ago, probably a decade ago. And when they said which massage or treatment would you like, I was so torn because I've had pretty much all of them, but they're all amazing for different reasons. But I figured that as I'm about to get married, I thought a facial would be lovely, and I feel like I just want someone to, you know, give it a good scrub and a massage and a face mask. So I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. So I'll see you again in the morning and we'll go down there together and I'll show you the store because it's so nice. It would be rude not to use my bath bomb so fresh, right? Like this is the one I made today. Well, I molded it, I didn't actually make it, we know that, but you know what I mean. So let's just throw it in. It's broken into 2 halves, which makes sense because I didn't push it together properly, but oh, look at it fizz. Wow, that is so satisfying. Oh, love it. So it's the next day. I've just arrived at Lush in Poole, and this is the original Lush shop, the very first one. It's still here, and they have the Lush Spa literally next door, so you can see the sign. It's such a gorgeous little shop, and I believe that Mark and Mo Constantine and Simon, their son, they have 3 children, but I think the 3 of them used to do lots of the like inventing and experimenting and coming up with ideas upstairs. And yeah, this is a gorgeous little shop. We actually have a store in Bournemouth, which is a little bit closer to me, but I really love this one. It's perfect if you're coming down to Poole Quay, visiting the area, going for lunch, then definitely recommend coming in. But I'm excited to go in today and have a massage. Let's go. Here we go, 29 High Street. Love it. This fragrance is exclusive to here as well, literally called 29 High Street. Guys, they do Lord of Misrule in a candle. Obviously got the Snowberry one. They're £36, but they're 4 wick and they're huge. I kind of feel like I want that. This looks so fun, sheet masks. I didn't know that there were sheet masks now. Oh my goodness, look how big that Snowberry roll is. £20, but I bet you get loads of baths out of it. It's huge. And this is like a normal size one, look. So this is the room. I don't have long because obviously she's waiting for me to get ready, but I just had to show you how beautiful it looks. I can hear the sound of the waves. There's a massive bath. The sound of the waves. That was so incredible. Oh my goodness. I didn't want it to end. I literally didn't want it to end. It was so nice. I just have to show you the bathrooms. Look at this. There's a hairdryer. It's huge. Full shower with loads of Lush products, obviously. You can use a little spatula to take out bits so you're not putting your fingers in the products. I'm literally in spa heaven. I have just come out the spa. I have so much to say, but I'm just gonna get to my car, I think, and then we'll chat there. My skin feels amazing. I feel amazing. It is gonna get really dark in about 5 minutes, so I thought I'd quickly talk to you about the treatment because it was amazing. I thought I knew and remembered everything about the Lush Spa treatments, but I was totally wrong. I completely forgot about the whole experience, and because the last few years most of my treatments, massages that I've had have been in traditional salons or on a cruise ship, which are always lovely, I forget the elevated experience of a Lush treatment because as you go in, the actual setting of the spa is beautiful. Little tables, lots of wood, very homely and quaint, and I just loved all the products on display. They have little consultation areas with like cozy seats and tables and things, and my therapist Karen had been working there for 5 years. She was so lovely and she sat me down to talk about like my skin concerns and like anything obviously that was relevant. And then I totally forgot about the whole beginning of the consultation where they go through all the different products and you get to pick, which is so unique for a facial. Most places will give you tailored towards dry skin, oily skin combination, whatever, but they actually go through why they're using them, which ones would you rather. So they give you like a choice, would you like this one or this one? And we talked about how my skin is dry, so she recommended that cleanser or that exfoliator, etc. And it was such a treat to be able to like pick it, see her taking it out the pot and then putting it on the plate like a tray. It looked like a piece of art, like an actual painter's palette is the only way to describe it. Once we finished our consultation, took me to the room and it was beautiful. There was music playing when we went in, and each spa treatment has music tailored to the treatment, so it's not just your generic normal spa music. They actually have different soundtracks for different treatments. For Validation Facial, it takes you on a journey where you go out to sea, you hear the sound of the waves, she sings a lullaby, you hear sounds of the founders and sort of directors of the company. They're speaking and having a little conversation, but in the nicest way possible. They're talking about like how a facial makes you feel. They were using words like glowy, clean, fresh, and all the words they were saying were just so zen. The music was beautiful. It was one of those soundtracks that I'd love to listen to when I'm trying to work from home or having a little spa night myself. I'm sure the music's on Spotify, I need to check, but It was incredible, and obviously every time she was doing things, it was in sync with the song or the change of the track. I wanted to talk about the actual bed, because I have been on spa beds where I only just fit, and when my hands are laying down my side, sometimes they're sort of on the edge of the bed, which is quite uncomfortable, whereas that bed was wide enough for me to be comfortable and space to move and spread out a bit. It had a bolster thing for the underneath my legs, and the quality of the towels and the linen was so nice. It was heated as well, and it was a proper duvet, not just one of those thin white sheets. It was like a really nice experience getting into the bed, feeling very cozy but not too hot. She told me she could turn the heating off of the bed if I was too hot, but I loved it. I felt really snug, especially because it's November, it's cold outside. It was so lovely to like be in and all snuggy in the duvet. Some of you might be interested, so I did strip down to just my underwear. She said I could keep my leggings on if I want, but at the very end she did a very gentle leg massage and stretch in sync with the music, with the waves coming back into shore. It was so nice. So I did take my leggings off, so just my underwear. They give you a little towel which I placed over my chest, which made me feel really comfortable. I also took all my jewelry off and had a little dish for that. They don't just do your face. She actually came all the way down my chest, down both of my arms and my hands, and there's like a hairband that she put round to like obviously move my hair out the way. And then the actual treatment was beautiful. I think a facial is an extremely underrated massage. I think obviously facial, you think it's just your face, but the experience of having my skin exfoliated, cleanser, the face mask. She had hot and cold stones. So she did the hot stones, she left them behind my back at one point, which was so nice. And then when I was starting to get quite warm, she brought out the cold stones and they were so cooling. Cucumber eye pads as well, so they like closed my eyes. And when she did the temple balm as well, I could feel that she put her sort of hands over my nose so I could inhale and smell the product, and then she went back and did the temple balm. It was just all the little details that I wish you could fully appreciate, but you're gonna have to go and have the experience for yourself. In terms of pricing, the treatment itself was £120 for the 60 minutes. I would say it was more like an hour and 15, including the consultation at the beginning, and at the end she gave me the drink where she squeezed a fresh orange and mixed it with the water, and it was like this herbally orangey drink. It was gorgeous. And she gave me the rest of my argan cleanser balm thing, so I can use that at home. You're definitely paying for the full experience, not just the treatment itself. I love it so much. It was beautiful. Genuinely one of the nicest spa experiences I think you can have. So that's that. I hope you've enjoyed coming along with me for the factory tour and hearing a bit about the facial. If you want to find out more information, I'll leave it below, but I just want to say a huge thank you to the Lush teams for having me. It's been such a treat. I felt so spoiled and really immersed in the Lush world and the people that work at the core, at the heart of it, and making the products by hand, wrapping them, and right through to the lovely team that work in the shop and the spa. It's been wonderful. So thank you for coming along on this journey and watching this vlog with me. Let me know down below if you've got a favourite Lush product. I'd love to hear your recommendations or your favourites, and see if we've got any favourites that we all agree on in the comments. And I'll see you again in my next vlogs. Bye!